I'm in my grandpa's room. It's just me here now. Behind me in the bed is his shell. And the butterfly has gone to the next dimension. So I'm logging in. I'm going to send one more message from his computer. Tell some people that he has left. It was a good day to die.
It's been 24 hours since Grandpa changed into a butterfly. It's been it's hard to express it so that it makes sense, but it's been a wonderful 24 hours. I need to remind myself that there is nothing tragic about the death of a 94-year-old man. Almost 95, he was a week and a half shy. Um, so, there's been a lot of just remembering his life, good times, achievements, accomplishments, reminding myself of how he lived his life. You go through his rooms and you find, all these things that he saved and letters and just seeing the way that he lived, and he often would talk in a preacherly way about making the weight of your life matter for what you believe in, and as you look through his papers and his life, I'm reminded that he walked the walk. He lived like he believed, and so there's also a really wonderful kind of like there's beauty to this chapter closing. It's kind of like a scene of somebody play a perfect game. Like as they're throwing those last few strikes. The game's over. You're not sad that the game's over and they can't pitch anymore. You're like, fucking A, dude. Nice showing. Way to play it. In fact, that was when it was interesting. I was in his room when I realized that he at least had a few minutes before he was going to go. I started looking around the room trying to find the one thing that I wanted from Grandpa uh, was this book that he had by Gandhi called All Religions Are True. And so I'd had it in my possession, and then a few months ago he asked for it back because he wanted to loan it to somebody, and I was like, oh man, I don't remember who he loaned it to. I'm never going to be able to get this. It's out of circulation. I've tried to find it, online. It's not. It's an out of print book. He bought it in India. It's like, and so I was kind of bummed. I looked around at where it should be, and he couldn't find it. And I was sitting there, and I was like, well, maybe that'll be one of my tributes to Grandpa. Is I'll go through life and try to find this book sometime. And I'm lying in his bed next to him with him, and my mom decides she's going to look for the book, and so she eventually finds it and hands it's in an envelope with my name on it, and she hands it to me, and it may have just been my perception, but it felt like to me his breath went from this really belabored to more of a, and within minutes from then, he was gone. It was almost like he had one more thing on his to-do list, give John back that book that he wanted, and it was almost like, even though he wasn't there, he could sense that I was I was looking for something, I wanted something from him, and it's like from his unconscious state, he was like, no, it's right, no, it's behind the other, no, keep look, no. And so when my mom handed it to me, I felt like to me there was this, okay, I'm done now. And so then I was on his left, lying in bed with him, holding his left arm, holding his hand, and my mom was on his right side, holding his hand, and we were just talking to him, and I said all the things that I'd heard other people in hospice say, and then the way I felt, and saying, you did great, you really you did fantastic. You lived an amazing life. You've left an amazing legacy. You've got a incredible family that lives on, that you live on in. they're going to be great. They're going to take care of themselves. You've infused the tribe with love, and they will continue on without you. And it was you couldn't ask for a better transition, Then he became a butterfly. Some people say, that one minute he was there, then one minute he was gone. I didn't feel like that. I felt like there was this, the life force was flowing through him like a river, and then it was like a trickle, and then it was just like a few drops, and then it just seemed like it wasn't there anymore. So it wasn't dramatic. It was just kind of like there was a very thin whisper of him, and then the whisper got softer, 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 until I was like, I don't know if he's there anymore. And then the hospice worker took his, checked his heart and said, okay, he's gone. I'm going to include some video from yesterday of me going to visit him in the morning and of me saying my goodbyes. He is not in the best shape. It's a shell of a man. I'm crying. It's very emotional, but just know that this was not a negative experience by any means. This was a positive experience, and the tears have all been natural and wonderful and healing. I mean, I'm sad, I'm lost, and I'm not sure what's next, but I'm also overwhelmed with respect and honor and blessings.
I just got a call from my mom about 4 this morning. Hospice called and said that death was imminent. So she's been with him this morning. She just called, I guess left me a message, and just called the house again, and I'm heading over to the hospital now. I guess trying to just not think too much until I get there. I put on clothes of his, and this is his jacket that he gave me, and wearing my huggable shirt, and trying to make, if I can wave him goodbye, and that would be cool. I think he's unconscious now. So it's more of just saying bon voyage. Come on. Thank you so much for this last few years, Grandpa. Thank you for all the hugs, all the teaching, all that you've spread to the people in my life, and as I watch baby Caleb, and I see the way that I interact in the world, I know that your spirit is already living on. So whenever it's time to be a butterfly, I'm here to wish you bon voyage, Grandpa. I love you with all my heart, Grandpa. And you will be with me forever. And someday I will join the cosmic flow, and I will join you, and I'll join Grandma, and we will all be a part of the one.